since I was born, I've been trained to serve you.
And in the kingdom, we're not just going to have one woman. We're going to have many women. You know, this bullshit today where you only allowed just one woman and that's it. No, we're going to have plenty of women. You know, back in the days, we thought the same thing. Oh, you're going to be my top woman in the kingdom. You're going to be the top chick. You know, blah, 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 this, blah, that's all bullshit. You know, we're going to be the shit. You know, so to speak. You know, underneath YAHAWAH'S because the scriptures, look, man, the Israelite man has been beaten down way too long. You know, the Israelite man has been beaten down way too long. And it's about time for the Israelite man to be the one that get pampered. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, and verse 12. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. The women already got their glow and their shine in this world. We're going to be the ones that's going to be shining. And we're going to be the ones that are going to be precious, more precious than fine gold, even the man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So the greatest and the top gold on the planet, we're going to be far more admired and precious than that. You know, because a real man, which is an Israelite man, a man of the Lord, is going to be highly sought after. You know, so forget about these women that we get here. These women that we get here are used goods.
Isaiah 4. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel.
The scripture says, seek ye the kingdom of heaven first. That's right. First. So it goes back again to the priority, man. Right. Seek the kingdom first. And Yahweh said, all these things shall be added unto you. So we know that's how we chilling, man. We know, look, we're in the time, man. We're going to get all kinds of women, man.
And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel.
Ever since I was born, I've been trained to serve you.
So,
am I not all you dreamed I would be?
Oh, you're fine. Beautiful. It's just that if we're going to be married, I thought we should talk to each other, get to know each other.
Ever since I was born, I've been trained to serve you.
Yes, I know this, but I would like to know about you. What do you like to do?
Whatever you like.
What kind of music do you like?
Whatever kind of music you like.
Look, I know what I like. And I know you know what I like because you were trained to know what I like. But I would like to know what you like. For instance, do you have a favorite food?
Yes.
Good. What is your favorite food?
Whatever food you like.
This is impossible. Listen, from this moment on, I command you not to obey me.
No.
Are you saying that no matter what I tell you to do, you will do?
Yes, Your Highness.
Anything I say, you do?
Yes, Your Highness.
Bark like a dog. A big dog. Hop on one leg. Make a noise like an orangutan.
Ah! I see the two of you are getting along.
Excuse me, Imani, for a moment.
All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by saying, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Call Haloyim, Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that's scattered abroad. The Hakim and the Akwat that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawab Amawan. Back at you with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be called The Weaker Vessel is an Embarrassment. All right. And this is talking about our women. All right. And what you just seen on the video, all right, was those two videos was basically going into how we're going to go back to being in order, especially you women. All right. You know, you're out of order now, which is, you know, is actually, let me grab that real quick. This is Jeremiah. Give me 1 second. Yeah, pretty sure it's that one. All right, which that's a curse that was upon our men. All right, that the woman shall compass right. So like it was 31. I went to Jeremiah 29. But this is Jeremiah 31 and 22. And it says, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. You see? And you know, the women, that's right, like the brother said, our women will be in complete order. Exactly. We're going to be in complete order with our women, man. Even us ourselves are going to be in complete order. All right. But the women right now, see, they're on top. You know, pretty much they have a very big say-so. And it all goes back to them having that philosophy stuck with them, you know, from the garden. All right. Let me grab that real quick. That's in Genesis 3, I believe. Fall of man. Yeah, let's go start from the top. It says, Genesis 3 and 1. Now the serpent was the most subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua had made. Right. And this serpent, all right, when you go into that word serpent, it's talking about a sly, treacherous man. All right. It's not talking about an actual serpent. All right. Because serpents don't talk. Okay. Which is funny because let me see if it goes into here. Matter of fact, let me do this real quick. Definition of serpent. Yep. Right here. All right. The definition of serpent. It says a sly or treacherous person, especially one who exploits a position of trust in order to betray it. You see? So this is not talking about an actual large snake. This is talking about a sly, treacherous person. And this goes back to it being Esau. All right. If you are one that follows, okay, we already know that Esau, you know, was the serpent. Okay. He was Esau. He was Cain. All right. And going all the way till now, where he is, you know, that dragon. All right. That beast. So, it's like going back, which I could have almost really thought it said it in here too. Might say it a little bit in a little bit. All right. So it says, now the serpent that was most subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua had made. All right. He said unto the woman, yeah, has Yahweh said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh has said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest you die. All right. And you have to understand that the trees, okay, were considered as people. I believe that's in Mark. Let me get it from my phone real quick. I believe it's in Mark though. Mark 8. I see trees as people, KJV. Yeah, Mark 8 and 24. Right? And it says, and he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking. Okay. Now, going back to Genesis, right? These trees is speaking of people. Right? So the ones that they were able to be around, okay, was the ones that were pretty much, you know, the righteous trees. Okay. And then it says, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, which was a way that was pretty much the wicked. All right. Yahweh has said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. All right. We weren't supposed to interact with these other trees. All right. And it says, and the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. All right. And it says, For Yahweh does know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. You see, and pretty much in today's society, what you see, all right, by the woman having rulership right now, all right, which they really don't have rulership. It's just that Esau has fooled them to think that they have rulership in this world, all right? Going back to, you know, Jeremiah 31, where it said a woman should compass a man, all right? These women today, they think they're goddesses. They think they are on top of everybody, all right? Because that philosophy that's carried on from Genesis, all right, that happened in Genesis has been carried on throughout all these generations, you see? So it goes all the way back to the garden, all right? In the same way, this damn devil, this is when he lied. You know, he lied to the woman, all right, and told her that she shall not die, that she shall be a god, you see, knowing good and evil. And she believed it. And it says that when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, all right, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. All right. Meaning that, you know, the same philosophy that was given to her, she took it in, she believed it, and then she went and gave the same philosophy on to her husband, and he took on to it, you see. And it says, and the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. All right. And it says, and they heard the voice of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, walking in the garden. All right. Talking about these other, you know, the prophets. Okay. And it says, of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord Yahweh amongst the trees of the garden, amongst the other people in the garden. You know, tried to blend them with them, right? But they were ashamed, and they knew they were ashamed. So that same, you know, philosophy that was given here is the same philosophy that they're into in today's society, all right? They believe that they are on top. They believe that they're goddesses, okay? They believe that they're queens, all right? Which the word queen goes back to you being, let me grab that real quick. Word etymology online, queen. All right, goes into being queen, female ruler of a state, woman, wife. Okay, female sovereign, woman ruling in her own right. You see, that's the spirit they come in. all right, which when you go into queen, okay, the true queen will be this one, which is a hussy, which is a hussy prostitute, all right, a robust woman, okay, and that's why it says compare queen right here also with it. Let me make sure. Yeah, I am. Salakia. Shalom, shalom, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Barakatah. All right. So going back. All right. Queen goes into a hussy, okay, prostitute, a robust woman. And when you go into to compare it with the queen, you know, she believes that she's a female ruler, all right, that she rules over all things, ruling in her own right, which is all going off. All right. You women are nothing but an actual female servant. All right. Which it tells you that, all right, that a woman goes into what? It says right here, adult female woman. It goes, see, woman, female servant. You see, that's what your true position is to be a female servant. It tells you that in Genesis 2:18. Okay. And it said, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet. You see, that's what you were made to be, a helpmeet, which also it speaks of that in Tobit. Tobit, I forgot exactly where it is. I think is it 8? 8 and 6. Yep. And it says, thou madest Adam and gavest him Eve, his wife, for an helper and stay. And them came of them, Salakia, came mankind. Thou hast said, it is not good that man should be alone. Let us make unto him an aid like to himself. All right. So you were made to be that aid, the helper, that help me. All right. To bear our children. All right. To, you know, take care of our children, you know, and do things like, you know, take care of the house, you know, cook. Okay. When you go into Proverbs 31, it tells you on what a virtuous woman is, you know, one that does work with her hands, you know, gardening, fixing up food, you know, sewing, things like that. Man, these are the things that you were supposed to do. Okay. Now, at the end of the day, when you do what you're supposed to do as a woman, right, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai blesses you with the things you need. You see, a man's going to take care of you. And when you do, and when you are that servant to a man appreciates that, man, and he has no choice but to basically take care of you. Because at the end of the day, all right, we men, that's what we want. We want a woman to serve us properly, man. And when we see that, we acknowledge that and we take care of our women, you see. But when you're being a nag and you're thinking that you run the whole world, man, it's this is why half of these men work late. Half of these men are leaving you. You know, these men don't want nothing to do with you. Women jump on to the next one, all right, leave you stranded because you guys are so out of order. And even our men that are not even in the truth don't like that. So imagine a man that's in the truth and knows what position a woman should be playing, which she is that weaker vessel and will always be that weaker vessel. All right. Let me get that real quick. That's the title. This is why you're an embarrassment, because you guys think that you literally run everything. You think you're stronger than a guy. You think you could do what a man does. That's impossible. You can never be stronger than the man. You can never do the things that the man does. You could barely change a light bulb in your home, you see? And you want to try to take all power. You know, when the time comes to Jacob's trouble, we want to see you women that thought you had it, you know, that you could do these things better than a man. We want to see you protect everybody. We want to see you go out there and fight off these martial law troops, you know, but you're not going to be able to do it. So it says 1 Peter 3:7, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto thy wife as unto the weaker vessel. You see, you're the weaker vessel. And as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. All right. So no matter how you want to look at it, you are the weaker vessel and will always remain that weaker vessel, man. Okay. Now let me get up out of this real quick. See what the brothers got over here real quick. This is Job 39:17. Because Yahweh has deprived her of wisdom, neither has he imparted to her understanding. You see? Absolutely. All right. She has no understanding. I'm about to show you 2 other videos that I have of why you women should keep your mouth shut. All right. Why you women have no wisdom. It shows right before everybody's eyes, man. You women are an embarrassment of the things that come out of your mouth. Okay. This is Ecclesiasticus 25:24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Right. You see, because at the end of the day, the transgression wasn't in Adam. All right. Which matter of fact, that's in I think it's in 1 Corinthians. Is it in 1 Corinthians 15? Maybe not. Give me 1 second. No, it's not. All right, I got it. The transgression was in the woman, not in Adam, KJV. Might be 1 Corinthians, maybe. Timothy, there you go. 1 Timothy 2:14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. You see? So she was the one that caused everybody to pretty much be in the predicament we're in today. All right, by taking on that philosophy. And this is why, like what the brother put, okay, he put, for the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. And that's absolutely right. Okay. This is 1 Corinthians 11:9. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. Absolutely. Okay. Matter of fact, let me hold off on these real quick. I'll bring the brothers back out real quick in a second. So let me bring out these.
Ever since I was born.
Salaki, let me bring out these. I got a few of them actually. Yeah, okay. Now, this is one right here. I'm not going to play too much of it.
Amos 8:11.
Salaki.
It says, "Behold, the days come."
Salaki, give me 1 second. Let me switch this mode so you can see it better.
I want to go to Amos 8:11. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, Ahia, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst for water, but of hearing the word of the Lord." So it's going to be a famine of hearing the word of the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? So you know how like we can just go on here at our fingertips and get information. We can go in the Bible and stuff like that. Those days are coming to an end. And you have to take advantage of those times of plenteous. Look at Joseph. It was a time of famine. It was a time of plenteous, and it was a time of famine. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to take time and use this for benefit, this time of plenteous. You understand what I'm saying? Get the book of Jasher, get the book of Jubilees, get the book of Enoch, the Apocrypha, the Bible, the Septuagint.
This is pause right there. The way she was coming off completely was already off, because no woman, all right, should be preaching the word, period. All right. But see, that right there, you got a lot of people that'll fall for that stupidity. You see? Go get the book of Jasher, go get the book of Enoch, the book of this and the book of that. All right. That right there. That right there is, man, red flags all over the place. Which red flag, if you ever see a woman preaching and teaching, is a red flag to begin with. All right. Let me grab that real quick. Give me 1 second. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure one of the brothers might have put it. Get it real quick. There you go. It's the spirit. All right, this is 1 Timothy 2:11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. You see, a woman is supposed to be in silence. All right, a woman is not to. I think that's in the same. This is, yeah, it is in the same one. It's the next one right after that. Exactly. This is 2. Let me just go to that real quick. Oops. All right. It says 1 Timothy 2:11, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Okay. And it says, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. You see? So a woman is not supposed to teach. Okay. And if any woman has a question or anything like that, okay, you are supposed to what? You're supposed to ask your husband at home. All right. You're not supposed to be dealing with no other men or anything like that. All right. You are to ask your husbands at home. Okay. Ask your husbands at home, KJV. 1 Corinthians 14:35. And it says, and if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for women to speak in the church. You see? And going into a church is not talking about an actual church. All right. Where you see all these, crazy ass statues where you got them worship the Caesar Borgia. All right. Church goes into a gathering of people. Okay. So amongst the men, because the true church is the men. All right. Because those are the only ones that are supposed to be preaching. All right. You're supposed to keep silent. Water. Yep, brother, put it up. Okay. Matter of fact, let me grab it. From there, it says, let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, also saith the law. It says, and if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. Okay. So this is this is one of the biggest things that you have a problem with. It's like you can't control your inner demons. All right. So it's like you have to go out there and say something. And you see this a lot on social media. All right. And it's funny because this is one of the reasons why I'm about to leave social media, because the only reason I stay in this is because you get a lot of good news and things like that. But man, this should be vexing to the spirit, man. The shit that you be seeing go down those lines, man, them timelines. A lot of women are so bugged out and they don't get the point that they gotta shut up, man, because you sound ridiculous when you're trying to preach the word. You see, you're all out of tune. All right. Like the brother put before, you're deprived of wisdom. Okay. You said they blocked it. Anyway. So you're deprived from wisdom, okay? So when you're coming out your mouth, you're not even preaching the word the proper way, and that's not your duty. That's why it doesn't come out of your mouth the proper way, because it's not your duty. But then you get some of these women that'll try to listen to what brothers is saying and try to go out there and pretty much say the same parrot talk it. All right, let me repeat what he said. Right? And all you're doing is just bringing destruction upon yourself, because you're not moving according to, the law that was given to you as a woman. You have a certain role to play, and you have to play that role. And one of them is to keep silent, man. All right. You're not supposed to back talk with no man. Okay. Especially a lot of these women that have, they have profiles on social media, and then they got men at home. You're not even supposed to be on social media. All right. You're not even supposed to be going on a comment board to say anything like that, man. You're supposed to keep to yourself, and the only man you speak to is, the only person you speak to is your man. It's that simple. All right. But of course, you have a problem with authority because you had a problem with authority in the time of Genesis, the 3rd chapter, all the way in the beginning, when Yahweh Bashim Yahushua specifically said not to eat of any other trees, all right, in the garden, and you still went out there against the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and did it anyway. All right, so that spirit carries on all the way till now. All right, so this woman telling you on top of that. All right, as a matter of fact, let me grab that what did I want? Isaiah 34 and 16, and it says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate, for my mouth it has commanded, and his spirit is gathered them, and he has cast the lot for them, and his hand has divided it unto them by line. They shall possess it forever, from generation to generation shall they dwell therein. All right, and this is talking about the scriptures, man, the Bible. All right, the 1611 Bible is the one you should have because it has the Apocrypha. But if you don't have it, you can have the King James by itself, but then you got to buy the Apocrypha to go hand in hand with it. Why? Because the Apocrypha, all right, which means sent away hidden, was originally part of the scriptures. Okay, and if you get the 1611 version, it already's in the scriptures. All right, to show you that that was part of the scriptures, but it was taken out by the Bible Destruction Group, which I believe it was in like forgot exactly what year, 1856, something like that. Okay. Could be wrong on the date, but it was taken out by the Bible Destruction Group. Why? Because of the history that's in it. All right. The first says you got Second Ezra that speaks about how America's gonna be destroyed, man. There's a lot of knowledge and wisdom in there. All right, it's a very heavy book. Okay. But she wanted to tell you to go out there and what? Go listen to the book of Jasher, to the book of Enoch. All right, these are all books that have nothing to do with the scriptures, man. It tells you that in Ecclesiastes 12. All right, and it says, further by the 12 and 12, and further by these, my son, be admonished of making many books, there is no end, and much study is weariness of the flesh. All right, these other books, okay, you making you going into different books that have nothing to do with the scriptures, so there's gonna never be an end. All right, and a lot of these books they come from Esau, his damn self. All right, and they're made to what? To throw you off, to keep you, in that bugged out state of mind, and then you think that you have all this knowledge and you really don't. You just bugging yourself out, which, like this next video. All right, let me go into her real quick. I had enough for her the first 50 seconds. She kept going in and she was just talking crazy. All right, but it was just an example. Okay, another one would be this one,
where the metals are in the world, such as,
give me a second, let me so you guys can get a better look.
Such as where the metals are in the world, the art of war, magic, astrology. So it has nothing to do with Seth and Cain's descendants mixing, and everything to do with angels and humans mixing, disrupting the human DNA. God saw that this was wicked. And Jesus says, in the end, before I come back, this is what the times will be like. So this is important to keep this in mind. Anybody who has an ear should hear this in mind.
This is why you got to just be careful, man, because a lot of men be falling for this. I be seeing it all over. I see men that'll be liking it, giving her props, con sis, and I just be like, oh man, like the brothers be all put right here, man. All these brothers put it right here. Each and one of them vexed through the spirit. You see, and like this brother put right here, all right, a lot of chicks drunk on that book of Enoch doctrine, all right, the how do you say Septuagint, all right, all that bugged out, man. And why? Because you women want to dive into these different books and you're trying to gather all this different, knowledge from this book, knowledge from that book, this book, that book, and you're trying to put it into one book, one paragraph, man, and explain it all in one, and you can't, because the scripture, like it said, it shall not want her mate. These scriptures go with no other book other than itself. Everything you need to know is right in these scriptures, man. All you got to do is read. All right, ask Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah to give you knowledge. So like it says in the scriptures, it says if any man, all right, lack knowledge, ask of it, and it shall be given to you. It's given unto you liberally. So all you got to do is ask Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to guide you in the righteous direction, which he knows your true intentions. All right, he knows your true heart, man. All right, he knows where if you really are about this truth or not. And the only ones that are going to receive this truth is the elect at the end of the day, man. So these other women, all right, they want to call themselves prophetesses, all right? They come in them Jezebel spirits, man. All right, a lot of them, which this is another one right here. Women like this, all right, she's bugged out. When we die, we don't go to heaven or hell. We just asleep. What? Man, it's just things like this that doesn't need to be put up because people believe it. See, you get all these these newcomers, all right, that come into the truth. All right, and they're trying to search for the truth, and they're hungry and thirsty for the truth. But then you'll get somebody like this that they don't know any better, and they fall right into their traps, right into their temptations, man. So it goes in, and this girl right here, man, I've done a few videos on her ass because of the shit that she be bringing out is just horrible to the spirit, man. And then again, you'll see 1,000 likes on it, and people falling for it, man. And you just misleading our people, which goes back into them being them Jezebel spirits. All right, let me grab that again, Salaki. I don't know if y'all was seeing it actually. I probably didn't get to see it from there. Let me see. Yeah, it was this one. She be acting like a straight Jezebel, and it tells you that in Revelations 20. Give me a second. Is it 21? I mean, no, is it 20? Oh, 2. Salakia. Revelations 2. Revelation 2. And it's at the bottom. Yeah, because this was the message to the one church, Thyatira. And it was, where was it? Yep, right here. 2 and 20, and it says, notwithstanding, I have a few things against thee, because thou sufferest that woman Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication and to eat things sacrificed unto idols. You see? And this is exactly what she's doing, seducing the prophets, all right? Committing them, getting them to commit fornication sexually, on top of that, spiritual fornication, all right, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, all right. And then at the time, I think it was in Kings, all right, you had Jezebel that was what? Putting prophets down to death. You see, where you had Elijah, he had to take the 100 prophets and hide them in a cave, 50 apiece. You see, because why? At that time, she was getting the prophets put to death. All right, and it's the same spirit today. All right, you get these Jezebel spirits that go back to just being witches. All right, straight witches. And what does it say in the scriptures in Exodus? I suffer not a witch to live. Okay, and she basically seducing their spirits. All right, with all types of crazy ass fornication. All right. Sacrificing unto idols. All right, that's why it tells you in let me grab that real quick since I'm right here. 1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. All right, you see? So they give into those seducing spirits. All right, just like it says right here. And it says, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication and to eat things sacrificed unto idols. And I gave her space to repent of her fornication, and she repented not. Okay. Behold, I will cast her into a bed, and them that commit adultery with her into great tribulation, except they repent of their deeds. And I will kill her children with death, and all the churches shall know that I am he which searcheth the reins and hearts, and I will give unto every one you according to your works. You see, so all you people that want to follow women like this, all right, because you got a lot of you women that can't let go of that spirit, all right, of, oh, you know, that's a woman, bro. Shouldn't be talking to her like that's your sister, you know? Y'all get in that spirit, man, you're going to end up being put to death along with these women that are doing that, man. Okay? And it says, behold, I will cast her into a bed, and them that commit adultery with her into great tribulation. All right? Those that fall into her seducing ways, man, that fall into her philosophies. All right? Because that's going back into adultery. This is why, see, you got adultery, all right? The physical, having sex, you know, with someone that's married, okay? And then you got adultery, which is that spiritual fornication, man. You going out there worshiping on other gods. This is why we got put in these different captivities, man, for going off like that, all right? And YAHAWAH'S looks at us as his woman. So we went out and we started, you know, taking on these other philosophies, these other gods, and that's basically saying that we cheated on YAHAWAH'S. So the penalty of adultery is what? Death. So this is the penalty you're going to receive. So again, you'll get these women that do that straight spirit like that. Let me go back to here. All right, and seduce you with their wickedness, man. And now this is the other one I want to play. Which this is straight feminism, man. Again, women trying to empower other women to make them think that they run and rule the world, man. All right, this is one of these new series that came out on what's that called that I got Amazon Prime. All right, but the first 3 minutes of it, this is the first 3 minutes of the first episode, and it was just like, oh man, I gotta turn this shit off.
High above the Himalayan mountains, there is a tribe of people called the Masuo, living in what has been named the kingdom of women. Here the women are openly stronger than the men and entirely in charge. They practice,
which we just said what? That the woman is the weaker vessel. See, they trying to be stronger than the men. Impossible, man. You can never be stronger than the man.
Walking marriage. The women choose who they want to be married to. And when things get old or stale, they simply decide, boom, we're not married anymore. And they move on to another husband, and another, and another.
All right, there you go. They move on to another husband, and another, and another. So as long as these women are happy, they don't have to move on to another husband. But as soon as they get bored, these women, all right, move on to another husband. And this is called the Masuo. This is for real. I thought it was fake, but I looked it up and it really is. Let me see. Masuo. All right. And it says, give me 1 second, I have seen it. Oh, the Masuo, because she said what they do is the walking marriage. And it says, all ongoing sexual relationships in Masuo culture are called walking marriages. These bonds are based on mutual affection. When a Masuo woman or man expresses interest in a potential partner, it is the woman who may give the man permission to visit her. So the woman is the one that runs the show. As long as the woman says, okay, it's all good. All right. But we already know that, you know, according to the scriptures, all right, if a man wants a woman, he could take a woman. Obviously, we can't do that in today's society because Esau runs the world. All right. Your ass will go to jail. All right. But according to the scriptures and being in the right order, if a man wanted a woman, he would just take the woman. All right, simple. You know, it goes all into that, you know, that whole rape doctrine that people will try to use against us and all that and say, oh, you can't say that, you know, when they don't actually have the true understanding, all right, of what that really means. All right, as a matter of fact, let me go into that real quick. Word etymology online. All right, when you go into that word, okay, it says forceful seizure. It says act of snatching by force, robbery, extortion. Okay. I know there's more too. Act of abducting a woman or sexually violating her, or both. Okay, because see, this word today's society, they have a different meaning to it. You see, the one that do some shit like that is Esau. He do it the wrong way. All right, Esau has put a different type of definition to that word. But see, the true meaning of that word is just to take by force. Okay. Matter of fact, back in the days, they had what you called if you read, I think it's I'm trying to remember exactly where it is. It was with Benjamin. Give me 1 second. They had back in the day what you would call, it was in Judges, I think it's in 9th chapter. Let me see real quick. Nah, maybe 21. Judges 21. Because back in the day, they had what you call wartime sexual violence. Okay? And what happened was when they wanted, what they were supposed to do is they were supposed to kill off the men. All right? And the women that had not been betrothed, all right, that had never had a man, okay, they would be taken as spoils of war, you see? So it was no questions about it. Them women were just taken, all right? And as a matter of fact, there's another one. Let me see real quick. I want to see if it's in 21. Yep, Judges 21. I'm not going to read that at all right? But maybe I'll read one scripture out of it. Let me see. You guys can read it for yourself. Judges 21 is a good chapter, and it talks about how the men of Benjamin, all right, they needed women to continue on with their lineage, man. All right, and what did they do? They went down into the city and they smite all the men. All right, and why they would do that? They would smite the men. They would smite the kids. Why? Because they made sure that no man was left of that what do you call it, of that bloodline, because you didn't want a little kid to survive and then he go out there and make babies later in the years and continue that lineage, you see, that line. So they had to put all males to death, all right, and they had to put the women that already had men to death because they were defiled, you see. So the ones that stayed and were kept as spoils of war, okay, that were taken, okay, by force, were the women that had never been betrothed, that had not been with any man, all right, and those will become their women. You see, it was no choice. A woman had no choice, no say so. If he wanted that, that's what he would take. You see, and we're going back into that time. We're going back into that order and everything, man. When the time comes for the men to be in the kingdom, if he wants a certain woman, that's his woman. He just gonna take it, no questions asked. All right. But let me just grab one part here. And it says, all right, 23, 21 and 23. And it says, let me get it over here. Judges. Judges 21 and 23. All right, and it says, and the children of Benjamin did so and took them wives. As a matter of fact, let me read it up a little bit. 20. It says, therefore they commanded the children of Benjamin, saying, go and lie and wait in the vineyards, and see and behold, if the daughters of Shiloh come out to dance in dances, then come ye out of the vineyards and catch you every man his wife of the daughters of Shiloh, and go to the land of Benjamin. And it shall be, when their fathers and their brethren come unto us to complain, that we will say unto them, because be favorable unto them for our sakes, because we reserve not to each man his wife in the war, for ye did not give unto them at this time, that ye should be guilty. And the children of Benjamin did so, and took them wives. All right, let's go into that word took. All right, it says to carry, take away, carry off. Let me see what else you got here. A whole bunch of words down here. You got marry, which marry, all right, goes into sex is marriage. Okay, which we'll probably get into that in a second. I'm just trying to see if I see a certain word here. Let me see. Oh, there's no root word here neither. All right, to carry, take, supports, take away, carry off. Let me just read these carefully. To be taken away, all right, be carried off. All right, let me go back out. Let's see, keep reading. See if there's another wording. And it says, and they took them wives according to their number, and them that danced whom they caught, and they went and returned unto their inheritance, and repaired the cities and dwelt in them. All right. Let me see if it says it somewhere else too. I know there's another part where it says they take the wives. Shall every man, blah, blah, blah. That no man lying with any man. No, that's not it. Give me 1 second. I know there's another one. I feel like I'm just passing over it. But let me see. All right. Forceful. This is the word. All right. Forceful seizure, act of snatching by force. All right. What else they got in here? Ooh, here we go. All right. Another one. It says seize, prey, abduct, take and carry off by force. To seize, abduct. Seize, carry off by force. Again, what else you have here? So rob, strip, plunder. To defile. See, this is the word, the definition that Esau uses in this time. You see? This is, when we say this doctrine, this is what people put in their heads. Oh, how can you say that? How can you say that? That's wrong. But that's not what we're talking about. See, we don't handle things like that. Men of the Lord, they're not about to handle things like that at all. You know, we don't handle anything the way Esau handles it. All right. But what its original definition was to seize, prey, abduct, take, and carry off by force. All right. And that's what they did here. All right, they took the wives that they wanted, okay? And it said what? And they took the wives, and it says to carry, you see? Carried off, take away. All right, so that's what it simply meant. When we bring out that doctrine, that's exactly, as a matter of fact, another one will be in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy, I think it's 22. 22 and 28. Yeah, it says, if a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife. And because he has humbled her, he may not put her away all his days. All right. So again, if a man found a certain woman that he wanted, she was not betrothed, man, he could just take her. He could lay with her, and that would be his woman. You see? Which there was something I was about to say off of that. Oh yeah, and what would happen is you would have to pay the father 50 shekels. You know, it was a certain way to, you know, if you got caught with her, all right, you had to, you know, give her those 50 shekels, the father. And another one is in, I think I got it in my notes. Give me 1 second. Is in I was reading it earlier. Oh yeah, it's in 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians, oops, 1 Corinthians 7. It's somewhere at the bottom. (36), and it says, but if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely toward his virgin, if she pass the flower of her age and need so required, let him do what he will, he sinneth not, let them marry. All right, and going into marry, you see again, sex is marriage. Okay, sex is marriage, and then marry also goes into I believe it goes into Salakia. It goes into to cut. This is to cut, to plant seed. Here we go. What was it? To give offspring. Yeah, to give offspring. It says it right here. To give offspring in marriage. And how do you give offspring? Is by you planting your rod into a woman, all right, and you planting the seed. That's how you give the offspring. Sex is marriage, all right. So when it says to take them as wives and to marry them, it's to just take the woman to how you want it. See, but when you tell a woman that today in this society, they can't stand that, all right. Oh, that's wrong. You can't do that. It all goes back to me wanting to be what you know. In the rightful order, when things go back to that rightful order, we're going to take whatever we want, and you ain't going to be able to say nothing about it. You're going to be cool with all the other wives that we're going to have, all right? And there's going to be no talk back about it, okay? You're going to have to deal with it. So, Slakia, let me go back to that video. All right. What was we right here?
People called here they practice walking marriage. The women choose who they want to be married to. And when things get old or stale, they simply decide, boom, we're not married anymore. And they move on to another husband, and another, and another. And the guy has no say.
That's another one they got off of. All right. Going off on that, you go back to 1 Corinthians 7, and I believe it's at the top. It says, let me grab it right. Where it says a woman's not allowed to leave her husband unless he die. I think it's at the top. Let me read this one right here. 1 Corinthians 7 and 10, and it says, and unto the married I command, yet not, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband, but if she depart, let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband, and let not the husband put away his wife. All right, because again, a woman is supposed to be with one husband. All right, the man, honestly, he's supposed to be the first one that you gave your virginity to. So if you know, and this is why most women are pretty much defiled in today's society, because no woman has stayed with the first man that they ever been with. All right, it is very, very rare. You might find one here and there, and that's just like finding diamonds on the floor, you see. But for the most part, most of these women have been with more than one guy, and that makes them defiled, because they're supposed to be with one man, all right, for the rest of their life, unless that man dies, all right. And if that man dies, all right, they're supposed to actually go on to their brother, all right, not their brother, the husband's brother, okay, and he's supposed to take over and have the kids with her to continue that legacy. So if she didn't have any kids with that husband that died, she's supposed to move on to the brother, and he's supposed to continue on the legacy. Now, if her brother didn't want, Salaki, if his brother didn't want to be with her, she will have to take him in front of the elders, okay? And she will have to tell them, and I forgot exactly how it goes, but she was able to spit in his face and what was it? Spit in his face and loose her shoe. I think that's exactly what it is. Spit in his face and loose her shoe. Let me get that real quick. And if the brother take her not, she will spit in his face, KJV. Oh yeah, right here. This is all right, and it says, and if this is Deuteronomy 25:7, and if the man look not to take his brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to the gate unto the elders and say, my husband's brother refuses to raise up his brother a name in Israel. He will not perform the duty of my husband's brother. Then the elders of his city shall call him and speak unto him. And if he stand to it and say, I like not to take her, then shall his brother's wife come unto him in the presence of the elders and loose his shoe from off his foot and spit in his face, and shall answer and say, so shall it be done unto the man that will not build up his brother's house. You see? So the only way, all right, that you can move on from another man is by you having a dead husband. All right. Matter of fact, which is it? It's in one of these right here. This might be 23. 21. Salakia. 1 second. Man. 1 second. Let me hold that real quick. A woman cannot move on unless her husband is dead, KJV. I think it's in 2 different spots. Okay, Romans. I'll see, it was in 1 Corinthians 7. Yeah, it was at the bottom. I was looking for it at the top. Yep, that's why I was way at the bottom. All right, 1 Corinthians 7:39, and it says, the wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth, but if her husband be dead, she is at liberty to be married to whom she will, only in the Lord YAHAWAH'S Yahushai. You see? So if her husband dies, she can move on. All right, and the next man that she was to be with had to be a man of the Lord. You see, that was the only way you can move on to another man. So you have this woman, all right, speaking in that video. She was saying that in that Masuo, okay, doctrine that they have over there, they could pretty much go from man to man to man when they get bored. You can't do that. You have to be with your man for the rest of your life. And this is the type of things, all right, doctrines that Esau show our women, because at the end of the day, these other nations, listen, the law don't pertain to them, okay? The law is for us, you see? So our women get fed this bullshit and our women believe it, all right? And then they'll put out movies and things like this to put it in your head that you're allowed to do that, and you're not, okay? So the other one was, what did it say? Romans, let me grab that one real quick. Romans 7:2, and it says, for the woman which has an husband is bound by the law to her husband so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loose from the law of her husband. Okay, you see, you have to stay with your man. All right, this is the other one, as a matter of fact. This is another way you can leave. Okay, it says Deuteronomy 24:1, when a man has taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes because he has found some uncleanness in her, okay, let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house. You see, so if a man gives you that bill of divorce, okay, and tells you he don't want you no more, you can leave. All right, now you can move on to another man. Okay, but it says, and when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. But then it says, and if the later husband, hate her and write her a bill of divorcement and giveth it in her hand and sendeth her out of his house, or if the latter husband die, which took her to be his wife, her former husband, which you see a lot of this in, man, you see a lot of this with our people. Our people split up, okay? And then they go back together later, all right? Especially you women. You women love to break up with your man, okay? Oh, I need space. I need to do this. I need to do that. You know, I need some time to think. Meanwhile, what you're really saying is I want to go and see other people, okay? Now they break up. Now they go see other men, okay? Because now they're single. Because all women, when they single, all right, if they're not in the truth, the first thing they're going to say is, girl, let's go out there and have a good old time. Let's party it up, you see? And they think that it's okay that they can have multiple dates. They could be dating one man here, one man there, sleeping with this man, sleeping with that man. Because why? I'm not in a relationship. I could do whatever I want. I'm just testing out the waters. Well, while you doing that, you defiling yourself, all right? So what happens is later on, when your ass get bored, all right, or these other people that you've been sleeping with can't provide you with what you need, you tend to go back, all right? Because why? Remember, when women sleep with other men, all you're doing is taking all their DNA, which is in their semen, and you put it into your body, and all that DNA stays in your body. So what you bringing is their DNA, you bringing their spirits, you bringing everything along with you, okay? Sex is just not just for pleasure, man. That's an energy that you're releasing between the both of you, all right? So that it's like that piece of energy, all right? That piece of DNA stays with that person forever, all right, as a woman. So these women, this is why a lot of them be bugged out. They have a lot of crazy ass personalities, all right, split personalities. They want to talk about they bipolar, this, that, blah, blah, blah. No, you bipolar because you done slept with hella men, all right? So you have a piece of each and one of those men in your body, all right? And what happens is the women, all right, the first one that they tend to, you know, lose their virginity by, they always seem to try to run back to them later. Why? Because that's their first love, basically. That's that first one that took their virginity and left a piece of him in her. All right, so she usually will run back. So you see that a lot in Israel today, man. These people split up, this and that. They go do their thing, and then they try to get back together later, which that's an abomination, and it tells you that right here. All right, let me read it from for one back. And if the later husband hate her and write her a bill of divorcement and giveth it in her hand and sendeth her out of his house, or if the later husband die, which took her to be his wife, her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife. After that she is defiled, okay, and for that is an abomination before the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, thy power, giveth thee for an inheritance. All right. And a good example of that will be you get this bum ass guy, Will Smith. All right, he went, he found out that Jada Pinkett was going out there doing her damn thing. And what he do? He cried about it and took her back anyway. You see? So she was defiled, which they were defiled already to begin with anyway, because there was some swingers. But that's a good example, you see? So he was not supposed to take her back. And you see a lot of that in Israel, man. Okay? So, you know, watching that in that video right there, all right, is bugged out for them to teach you, okay, that you can go on to another man, all right, and it's okay. Man, you are that's way out of order, man.
The woman's pleasure and convenience and another, and the guy has no say.
See? And the guy has no say. Oh man.
And convenience is all that matters. She's in control, and convenience is all that has no say. The woman's pleasure and convenience is all that matters. She's in control, and it's easy, fast, and painless.
No, she's not in control, because what did the brother just put up? All right, the brother had put it up. Let me grab it one more time. He had it up over here. Oh, as a matter of fact, I read it, as a matter of fact. That a woman should not usurp authority over a man. All right. When you go into that word, let's go into that real quick. Let me knock a couple of these out real quick. Slovakia. That word usurp. Usurp goes into one who with his own hands kills another to or himself, one who acts on his own authority. All right. See, an absolute master to govern, exercise dominion over one. See, this one right here and this one right here. All right. They try to establish their own authority, thinking that they run things. They try to govern and exercise dominion over a man. All right, which beautiful, dominate. You see, they try to dominate you by telling you it's what I say. Well, if you don't do what I say, you ain't getting no box from me. Well, then take your little funky ass box somewhere else, you know. And our men will fall for that. Our men, because they can't let go. Remember, our men have become effeminate. Our men that have no cojones in these days, man. They actually stand behind their woman. All right, instead of them standing in front of their woman and the woman standing behind. All right, the woman in this day tells them what to do instead of the man telling the woman what to do. And that's all because of Esau's philosophy, the things that he has showed our women, all right, showing them that they can pass over a man, all right, that they're stronger than a man, and then showing our men that you have to respect the woman, okay? Yeah, to a point, you do got to respect your wife, you respect your woman, when she's in order. If she out of order, what is there to respect? You know what I'm saying? You get tossed to the curb for that. You see? And then when you get a real man that don't like to be trampled over, all right, and you over there trying to be the man, when the man is the one that has, you know, pretty much the, you know, the whole package down there, all right, you trying to act like you got one. I was going to say it in a whole nother way, but keep it clean, I guess. All right. So you want to act like you got the package. All right, that's going off, man. So then when a man whoop your ass, all right, or put your ass in place, you want to cry about it. Oh, he put his hands on me. You know, he should have did this. but you going off. You over there telling him, trying to tell him what to do when he the man of the house. All right, because that's what the word husbandman goes into. Husbandman goes into, let me go into that real quick. Word etymology online, husbandman. Exactly. Husband goes into male head of household, master of house. You see? So your man, the husband, is the master of the house. It doesn't say the woman is the master of the house. It says the man is the husband, is the master of the house. All right. Matter of fact, that was the order that was given onto us. All right. When you go to, what is that? First Corinthians 11. 1 Corinthians 11:3. And it says, but let me go up to 2. It says, now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances. See, this is your order as I delivered them unto you. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man. You see, the head of the woman is the man. Why? Because the man was created before the woman. All right. And the head of Hamashiach is Yahawah. All right. Another one that puts that in place is Genesis 3 and I think it's 18, 16. And it says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. And this is why you women have pain when you having kids, when you have your, you have your period, all that. All right, that's the curse that was put upon you. And it says, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. You see? So man is to rule over the woman, and the woman is the weaker vessel, and it's supposed to be a servant, okay? A female servant. That's what the word woman means, all right? But in this society, you want to take control of everything, and this is why everything is all out of course, man, all out of order, all right? Because you women trying to run something. So going back to assert, all right, to act one, to it's like one who acts on his own authority, all right, y'all try to establish your own authority, to govern, exercise dominion over one, all right, you try to take dominion over a man, and you're not supposed to do that, man. All right, so going back, oh, Salakia, man, I keep doing that. Salakia, if you couldn't see it. All right, to govern, exercise dominion over one, okay, and one who acts on his own authority. All right, husbandman meant what? Master of house. Okay, 3:16 Genesis said that thy desire shall be of thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. All right, so man is the one that rules over you, man. And the other one was 1 Corinthians. Salakia, just in case y'all didn't get to see it. I normally just leave it on the one mode, but because I'm showing the video, I want the whole video to show. The other one was, but I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is Yahawah. All right, so the head of a woman is the man. It's never going to change. What does it say in the scriptures? Yahawah B'Shem Yahushua changed not. You see, he never going to change. All right, he keeps it the same way he kept it from the beginning. All right, and that's why I also says Yahushua today, Yahushua tomorrow. Okay, it don't matter. Yahushua and Yahawah never change. This doctrine doesn't change. This doctrine is going to be the same doctrine, all right, forever and ever and ever. Okay. Matter of fact, there's a scripture. What does it say that? I think that's in Baruch. Is in Baruch. Yeah. This is Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of Yahawah and the law that endureth forever. See, it's going to be forever. All that keep it shall come to life, and but such as leave it shall die. All right. So when it comes to the kingdom, all right, these damn devils, all right, that are going to be in slavery, they're going to have to abide by these rules. It doesn't change. You see? Now, us, we're going to have the law, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts. We're never going to be able to go off again. All right? So there's going to be no need for us to teach the law, statutes, and commandments to our young ones. And it's going to be in us automatically, especially because those that were 2/3 are going to come back through the loins of the elect. All right? And the loins, and because you're coming out of the loins of the elect is going to be in righteousness already, man. Okay? So let me go back into, matter of fact, let me see what brothers got over here. A virtuous woman is beautiful. Proverbs 12:4, a virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh this in his bones. You see? So a virtuous woman, man, a true virtuous woman that's doing what she's supposed to as a woman, okay? She is going what? She's going to be a crown to her husband, because at the end of the day, the glory of a man is his woman. All right, but if your woman, all right, is on some out of order shit, all right, people going to always look at your woman just going to be like, you know, I know brothers have been around certain brothers when your woman acting out of course, all right, y'all just look at each other and y'all be like, damn. Y'all just shaking your head, you see? Matter of fact, that's a scripture too. I think it's in Ecclesiasticus. I think it's in 26. 26, and he was shaking his head. He was shaking his head. Might be 25. Give me one. And he was shaking his head toward his woman, KJV. Nah, that's not the one I'm looking for. I forgot exactly how it goes. It's got to be in Second Ezra's. I mean Ecclesiasticus. He shake. See if I do it this way. Man, it's one of these. Salakia. If a brother could remember that where it goes. Let me see if a brother put it up. Yeah, but there's a certain scripture, man. I can't remember where it was. I know I thought it was in Ecclesiasticus 25 and 26, one of those. But it says that his woman will be going off and that he will shake his head up. He will shake his head at her. All right. But hey, that's what happens when our women go off, man. And we look at our women like, damn, man, no respect at all. Our women have no respect whatsoever. All right, so let me go back to what the brother had. He said Eve deserves a red flag. Yeah, the Esau targets the man. That's right. That's right. Eve is the one that's got the man going off crazy. Because why? Our men, all right, see, like the women say, they run the world, and they run the world with what? That box they got. See, our men are so caught up in the box, acting like they can't go find another box somewhere else. Box all over the world, man. You know, there's all types of women all over the world. And remember, there's more women than men on earth. All right, that's why a lot of these 2/3 that are gonna go is gonna be women, because you women, all right, are the majority. You're the majority of the population. All right, and this is why, another reason why men were created to have multiple wives. Okay, that's why there's so many women out there today. But again, you can't tell a woman that. All right, they look at you like you crazy. Matter of fact, let me grab that. That's in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy, what is it, 21? Is it Deuteronomy 21 or Exodus 21? Matter of fact, let me just do that instead of looking for it. And if a man take another wife, KJV, it might be Exodus. Yeah, Exodus 21. And it says, Exodus 21:10, if he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. So if you take yourself another wife, you're not supposed to put away your other one. All right, you still got to take care of her. All right, you still got to give her you fulfill her needs. All right, you know, giving her that, you know, that thing. All right, she got to do the same for you. You got to give her her food, her raiment, all that, man. All your duties as a husband, all right, does not diminish. You have to take care of your wives equally, each and one of them. All right. Now, it's up to a man if he wants to have multiple wives or not. In today's society, we tell brothers it's wise that you don't have multiple wives, because you be having these brothers nowadays, they be like, oh, well, you know, I'm about to have me 3-4 wives now. Well, it really ain't the time to be doing that because we in Esau's world, all right, and women have an upper hand on you, man. You want to do that when these women are in order. That's why a lot of brothers is waiting instead to have a woman, okay, in the kingdom than to have a woman here, because you having that woman here just make you lose focus. All right, then you got to worry about her nagging ass. All right, unless she's a straight virtuous woman and she knows her part and she knows her duties and she know how to keep silent, then hey, more power to you. You see, call hello and YAHAWAH'S that you got a good wife. Very rare though. All right, so you know, not only that, there's many different accounts where it shows you, you know, Jacob had 4 wives. All right, you had King Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines. All right, so many different accounts in the scriptures where it shows you that men had multiple wives. So we are to have multiple wives, man, whether these women like it or not. All right, going back, Ecclesiasticus 26:15, a shamefaced faithful woman is a double grace, and her countenance and her continent mind cannot be valued. You see, so a woman that's shamefaced and faithful to YAHAWAH, man, that's a double grace. All right, it's nothing to be compared to, because that woman is in righteous order, and that's what we want. This is Ecclesiasticus 42:11. Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughingstock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. Beautiful. You see? So you got to watch how these women are, man, because when they shameless and they out of order, man, they an embarrassment. All right, going back to the weaker vessel is an embarrassment where people laugh at you, man, and it is embarrassing. And people think it's funny, and it's not, because if you were doing that back in the ancient world, you get put to death straight up. You know what I'm saying? You could not talk back to a man back in those days, man. You see, the women, let me put you on. The women back in the 60s and 50s were more in order than the women are today. See, the women today are just gone completely. But see, you had the women back in the day that they were more in righteous order with, you know, serving a man. They dressed properly. You see, they weren't dressed up in little skirts and showing their skin and all that. All right. They were, you know, it tells you that in the scriptures. A woman is to dress a certain way. All right. Modest apparel, KJV. All right. 1 Timothy 2 and 9, it says, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array. You see, this is how you women are supposed to dress up, in modest apparel, which there's a whole doctrine of these women that'll try to make a justification for the things that they wear and say that modest apparel is not wearing pants. You see? I mean, Salakia, that it is, how did I say that? They'll try to justify that wearing pants, okay, is okay. That's pretty much still modest apparel. Why? Because it's covering up their skin. No, you're not supposed to wear pants. All right, because it tells you that in Deuteronomy. All right. Where is that one at? The man should not pertain to what a woman. The woman should not wear pertaining to a man, KJV. All right, this is Deuteronomy
According
22.
to Bible, King James Version.
So lucky. 22 and 5, and it says, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. And then you'll get these women who'll say, well, pants, it's covering up your body parts, you can't see it, but that's still a man's garment. If you look up at the history of pants, all right, which I did a lesson a couple months back on that, like 2 months back. All right, when you go into pants didn't come out to how was it? I think the pants didn't come out to the 30s or something like that, the 40s, and it said that it was made for man. It was just made. Men were the only ones that had pants. Women back in the day, they used to wear them long dresses, big ass dresses. They would have those tummy tuck things that they wrap around their stomach, bustiers and things like that. All right. If they were cold, they would have, layers and layers of stockings on, whatever. You did not see women wearing pants. All right. You started seeing women wear pants. It was a little bit before the 70s, but it started becoming real popular around the 70s and the 60s, around there. All right. Then you started seeing women wearing these bell bottoms and shit like that. All right. Because Esau started bringing it out more and more, you see, to the point where they thought it was normal to wear these pants, and they're not. All right. That's a man's garment. A woman is supposed to wear long dresses. All right. You're not supposed to wear no little ass skirt where you can pretty much see your ass cheek. All right. But you're supposed to wear dresses that go down to your ankles, that cover your body, man. All right. You might be able to get away with one that has, like, goes up to the knees. All right. But that's how a woman is supposed to dress up. That's modest apparel. All right. And then it says with shamefacedness and sobriety. All right. They're supposed to be, sober. Okay. Not with broided hair. All right. You got these women, they got bugged out hair. All right. Dreads, shit locks in their head. They want to paint their head like an Easter egg. They have all these different colors and things like that. That's all wickedness. That's all witchcraft. Okay. Heathen customs. And then it says, or gold or pearls and costly array. Yeah, our women today is about wearing all types of jewelry. All right. They want to put all types. It's okay to have a little something, but when you're going off of it, you just got all types of things on, man. That's for a show. You see? And then it says, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. All right. And then we went into this before. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. All right. Duty as a woman. Titus. Let me grab that. Titus, what is it? 2 or 3? 3. This is Titus 2 and 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. All right. To be discreet. You women is not discreet today. Y'all flaunt it all out in the fucking open. All right. Chaste, keepers at home, good and obedient to their own husbands. not another one's husband, your own husband. All right. And it's not meaning husbands to have multiple. All right. It's speaking to you women. All right. So it has to have husbands at the end of it with an S. All right. That the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. All right. And this is the things that you're supposed to teach, you older women that have experience in the truth and things like that. You're supposed to be teaching this to the younger women. But see, what are our women that have kids? What are they teaching their daughters? How to twerk, how to get dressed up for the club. All right. Meanwhile, they don't even know how to put a microwave dinner inside the microwave and put 2 minutes on. You see, that's how bugged up. Man, it's sad, man, when you just look on these social media platforms, what these women do. They all do the same they all have the same exact demon. I'll be looking at it like this got to be like the biggest demon in the world, so big that it's touching every woman at once. It's because they all have that same demon of posing for the camera, which that tells you that in let me grab that real quick. In Titus, not Titus, 2 Timothy 2. No, it's 3. All right. 3 and 2. And it says, for men, all right, and women shall be lovers of their own selves. You see, that's the key word right there. Lovers of their own selves, right in front of the camera. Take a selfie, take 100 pictures in the same pose every time. Like literally the same pose. Like we already know that the next day on your agenda, you have on your schedule, pose at 11, pose at 11:15, pose at 11:20. All right. It's the same pose every single time, looking for attention, because that's what these women are looking for at the end of the day. Attention, right? Because they have a demon on them, an attention demon. And it's crazy, It doesn't matter who it is, where they're at, what's the location, what country, all right, what age. They all doing the same thing, and it's showing a pose. That's how drunk off of Esau's philosophy you are, man. That you think everything is about showing some ass, all right, and taking a picture. And now all of them got what? They got these OnlyFans pages and things like that. These different platforms. These women are making hella bread, hella money. You see? But all that is gonna fall, man. The vintage shall fail. Like it tells you in what is that? Isaiah 32 and 9. Yep. It says Isaiah 32 and 9, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is telling you, you careless daughters, all right, to give ear to his speech, to hear his voice, hear these words. Hear the men that's preaching his word, telling you that you going way off. And it says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, all right, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail. Yeah, all that money making y'all doing, all that, OnlyFans and you just eating real good right now. Having fun at the club, all right? Having a good old time, going to vacation, meeting all types of men. All right, you're living in complete pleasure. And what is saying in the scriptures? She that liveth in pleasure, KJV. All right. 1 Timothy 5 and 6, but she, let me go up one. All right. Now she that is a widow indeed and desolate trusteth in Yahweh and continueth in supplications and prayers night and day. All right. Yeah, the woman that's really about this truth, man, this is what she's going to do. She's going to keep to herself. She's going to trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, constantly throw up prayers, man, day and night. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. You see? And this is what our women is all about, living in pleasure, having a good old time. Just like when I finish the rest of this video, that's what she was pretty much telling them, to live your life, okay, like the Masuo do, all right, and just experiment out there. Well, experiencing out there is going to catch your ass in a bad experiment, all right? You're going to end up being, that lab rat being put to use. Okay, and Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to make an example out of you, which he's making examples out of women right now. If you look at the news, man, a lot of women are constantly dying, horrible deaths, You just had the USA that jumped off a damn building 56 floors high, you see, which that was a suspect one anyway, because she was a lawyer, and they said that she jumped from the top floor. All right. One of the brothers I was talking to, is true what he was saying. She was a lawyer, so she might have had something big on a certain case, and they put her ass to death for that, you know, because she was a lawyer. But at the end of the day, it was still judgment by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, okay? But if it wasn't about you know, her doing her lawyer work and all that, all right, look, she got put to death on the top floor, 56th floor, which she did leave a letter and all that, talking about how she was tired of certain things. You know, people were making fun of her, saying that she shouldn't have been Miss USA. And it's funny because I did see a couple pictures of her. She was looking a little brolic. I was like, oh shit, she almost looked like a half a man. And that's something you got to watch out in these days, man. We in such a society of Sodom and Gomorrah, man. You can't even tell who the fuck is a woman anymore. You see, it's scary out there. So you got to be careful, man. But regardless, our women is living in pleasure. So those that live in pleasure, they dead already while they live. So it says, going back to Isaiah 32:10, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail. All that pleasure, all this money, all this online picture this, picture that, okay? All this attention that you constantly looking for is about to be done. All right. Now you wanted to get so much attention, and you wanted to ride that carousel and all that. All right. The time is about to come where you women are about to be ravished for real. Y'all about to be ravished in Esau's definition. Okay. Not in the definition of old. All right. When they would take you as spoils of war. All right. Just take you by force and take you. Okay. Now they're going to ravish you, run you down. All right, gang bang, things like that, man. Things that you ain't gonna want to be going through. All right, tossing you around. You wanted to be a little doorknob. Everybody gonna be taking a turn with you. You see, that's the type of ravish that you're about to go through. Okay, and it says, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled. Ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. You see, you're going to be exposed. All right. You women, all right, constantly saying you don't need a man. We ain't shit. All right. All you are going to be exposed at the end of the day. Okay. Matter of fact, Micah 7, what is it, 11? In fact, let me start off from a little bit. And this is why we tell you can't trust these women, man. This is Micah 7:5. Trust ye not in a friend. Put ye not confidence in a God. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. And this is talking about the woman. All right. Trust not in a friend, all right? Trust in nobody pretty much in these last days, because if they're not with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, they're against us, man. They are enemies of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And then it says, this is about the woman, keep thy doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom, meaning your woman, man. All right? And then it says, for the son dishonoreth the father, and the daughter riseth up against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's enemies are the men of his own house. All right, same thing it tells you in Matthew, all right, that variance shall be set upon us, man. Okay, that there will be division, all right? So our own foes are going to be those of our household. So your woman will turn your back on you. Look what happened with Job's wife. You know, you had Job's wife that as soon as things weren't going the right way, what did she say? She said, curse Yahweh, all right, and die. So these women, a lot of these women, man, they're going to fold at the last minute. That's why we tell you, watch your women that are even in this truth, because the women have a certain role they got to play. Very few are going to be left, man. All right. And the ones that are left are left for childbearing. Okay. So, you know, you got to be careful with that. And then it says, therefore I will look unto you, unto the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. I will wait for the power of my salvation. My power will hear me. Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. All right, and this is the woman. Then she, okay, that is mine enemy, shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down in the mire of the streets, you see? So she gonna be ashamed, man. And then she gonna be what? She gonna be just ran through, bro. You see? Because she wanted to be blasphemous toward Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. She wanted to disrespect the men of the Lord and things like that. All right, that's why a lot of these men in these last days, man, there's gonna be a lot of women running to us because you know you're gonna have Isaiah 4:1 in effect, where women are gonna be flocking to us. You see, but we're only gonna take certain women. There's gonna be a lot of you women that we're gonna remember in those days that we're gonna be like, man, you can keep it moving. You might get a foot up in your ass while right then and there to keep it moving. And you're going to be sad about it because you're going to be regretting the way you treated brothers and things like that, man. Because that's the only way you're going to make it out of here is with a man of the Lord. See, a man shall be that hiding place from the wind, all right? From the destruction. That's the only way you're going to make it out of here. You're not going to make it out no other way. You see? So these women going to have to feel it. What was I? Back at Isaiah, I took it out. Isaiah 32. And where was I? I think I was at the end of it anyway. 11. Tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip ye and make ye bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. All right, so man, tough times is coming to these women at the end of the day. All right, as a matter of fact, you know, you women thinking that everything is all good, you know, these what did it say over here? The vintage, that's what it was. The vintage that you think is so good is gonna fail. All right, and because victuals right now is so good on is cheap on earth, all right, which that goes into several different things, but one of them goes into like these vacations. Everything is cheap right now, all right, because this place is falling apart, and you thinking that you having the time of your life because you could go wherever you want right now. You got one man taking you here, one man taking you there. Girl, I've been having a good old time, man. I got all my boyfriends taking me everywhere. Man, I can't wait till the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai humble every one of you women. All right, so let me go back into this video. All right.
Walking marriage. The women choose who they want to be married to.
Salakia. Go back to that.
Must be nice. And control, and it's easy, and convenience is all that matters. She's in control, and it's easy, fast, and painless. Must be nice. Here, now, in 21st century Harlem, being a woman in total control of her life and love, it's not always easy. One theory on why the Masuo not only survive, but thrive, is that they are a tribe of unbreakable sisters. And luckily, I've got one of those too. I've always had to go faster, further, better, just to be seen as barely keeping up. But how do we do that in love? Especially now when in Harlem, change is everywhere you look. People do that love just to be seen as further, better, just to be seen as barely keeping up.
See, that's the problem right there. It goes back to that garden. See, they wanted to have power. They wanted to be seen. They wanted to have attention. Their asses was too bored sitting playing their role.
Faster, further, better. I've always had to go faster, further, better, just to be seen as barely keeping up.
See, why would you want to barely keep up? That's not your role. Your role is to be a woman at home. Your life would be so much better, all right, if you just do your duties at home as a woman. Man, that's like living like a princess anyway. Your man going to work, he paying all the bills, all right? He taking care of the house. All you got to do is cook, clean, take care of the kids. Pretty much that's it, all right? Wait till your man come down and put it on you, all right, every 3 days to keep you satisfied, and you good, you see? But why do you want more? Why? Because it goes back to Genesis in the beginning when Esau said that you shall be a god, you see? He wanted to make her feel like she can be a goddess. And she brought that spirit. She brings back that spirit every single time. And that's why these women call themselves goddesses, queens, all right? Because they want to have some type of rulership in society when in all reality, let me put it on to you like that, like this. You only get that from our women. You're not going to get that from any other woman of these heathen. You go to these other countries, these heathen women are in line. These other women do not talk back to their man. These other women do not try to assert authority over a man. You see? That's how it is in these other countries. If you go to these other countries and you even try to speak out like that, these men will slap you. These men will put you in place. But in America, where all our women are, all right, and it starts with Eve, because Eve is the head tribe, all right? So because Eve being the head tribe, all the other tribes follow you, you see? So it all starts with you, all right? And it goes back to Eve being in the garden, wanting to usurp authority and be a goddess, have a high authority over things, man.
But how do they do that love? Especially now when in Harlem, changes everywhere you look. And it can become increasingly hard to hang on to who you are when you barely recognize where you are. At some point, you just begrudgingly accept. Things just...
And it's funny she said that because she said you got to just accept it. You know, things that are around us, we got to accept, which that was being subliminal. Let me see what this is over here. Find your new home. What's that say on the bottom? Real estate. I know there's something subliminal being there. It could be something with this whole sodomite bullshit. It's something definitely there. They're trying to be subliminal because that's why they showed that right after she said that. All right, you got two Edomites with an Israelite. All right, but pretty much she's saying that you just have to accept the things that are happening in society. All right, this feminism bullshit, this sodomite bullshit. You know, you got the whole Skittles package community that they're just throwing in your face and you have to accept it. All right, going back into that gradualism, you know, the more they do things in front of you, you start thinking it's normal. And because this place is upside down and backwards, all right, everything that is righteous is considered evil and everything that's evil is considered righteousness, all right? This place is filled with wickedness. So much wickedness is going on around you at all times that you actually think it's normal, you see? And that's how people end up accepting these things. This is why people are accepting more and more people coming out of that damn closet and shit like that, you see? Back in the day, if you did anything like that, you got your ass whooped, all right? You got picked on, all right? People were discreet and scared to come out and say that they were that because of what people might think and feel. But now they tell you, oh, it's all good. You got to accept people for who they are. Leave people alone. Well, what does it say in the scriptures? Those that justify the wicked, all right, they're an abomination, all right? You accepting that wickedness and saying, oh, it's all good. They're not bothering me. As long as they don't come around me and say anything to me, I ain't worried about it. you got to leave people alone. Were you just as fucking wicked as they are, man? So that whole accept this society's bullshit that's you taking on the image of the beast. All right? Because there's many ways of you taking on that image. It ain't just, the main one is taking on the mark and all that, things like that. But there's so many different ways of you taking on that image. And it's through different philosophies and things like that, man.
Don't look the way you thought they were. Just begrudgingly accept. Things just don't look the way you thought they were. And that comes to dating too. Because the number of actual dateable men is big. In Harlem, educated Black women are...
Yeah, she said that to date a man, well, she said it was the actual number of dating a man is weak. Yeah, because you women are supposed to be, supposed to be men with multiple women. You see? But instead, you're out there trying to you out there trying to sleep with other women's how can I say that? Salaki, let me say it the right way. Because if a man sleeps with another man's wife, that's adultery. All right. But then if you got how was it? Damn, I had a certain way I was gonna approach on that. I don't want to say it the wrong way and contradict myself. All right, but the point is, these women, all right, it's supposed to be multiple women with one man. So it might seem like it's very low and that you're running out of men and things like that. No, it's just because you're all out of order. You see?
Doors to navigate a playing field. In Harlem, dateable men is big. In Harlem, educated Black women are forced to navigate a playing field in which men have significantly lower dating options. So it's not that we're desperate or thirsty. We're literally dealing with a real-life man deficit, which leaves us with two options. We reassess our deal breakers and widen the pool, or we hold firm to our wish list and, like the Masuo, refuse to settle despite the numbers. And we focus. Okay, well, maybe overly focus. Okay, obsessed on trying to control the one thing that we can, ourselves. So yes, I'm here to say we are not Masuo. But this week, what if we were? I want you to try to live like Masuo. Women, be the boss. Demand change when you want it. Stop apologizing so damn much. Men, do what the women say without question. I want us to get out of those comfort zones and give you 500 words on what that was like. Class dismissed.
See, so she basically was trying to tell them, encourage them to act like the Masuo, which in today's society, that's exactly what they want you to do. They want you to act like the Masuo. That you women are in control. You women can do whatever you want. Nobody can tell you shit. She said, don't apologize to your man. Man, that whole show was bugged out. I watched the first episode just to see what else I could grab out of it. And it was just crazy because then at the same time, they're showing you, they're promoting the whole, Skittles bullshit with women, and of course they use Eve. They always use Eve to do these things. See, they're not about to use these other nations and Edomites to do these things, to promote these things. They use you, Eves, to promote these things. Why? Because ye are the top tribe, all right, and because we're Israelites. Because it ain't just Eves. They use also, they use all our tribes, all right? But of course, they're going to use some type of Israelite woman to make everything defiled, man. It's crazy. All right, so let me go into another couple scriptures. See what brother had over here. Salakia. Brother put up some. In 1826, the British and Foreign Bible Society decided that no BFBS funds were to pay for printing any. Oh, okay. Khan, that's that was the year. The water, Bashim Yahushai, the water, brother. 2 Timothy. I'll bring this out real quick. 2 Timothy 4:3, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. Exactly. All right. And these women, all right, they are constantly all about enduring not in sound doctrine. All right. They go after their own lust of things. They establish their own, just like you got these other false camps and prophets and things like that. They're just, they bring out their, establish their own, okay, their own righteousness. That's what these women try to do, man. Establish their own ways, their own vain opinions. Again, remember, they are bored, all right, of sitting at home, okay, and according to them being nothing. They want to have a voice in the world, all right, when at the end of the day, the damn Israelite man don't even have a voice in the world, and you're trying to make a voice in the world, all right, which Esau allows you to, but he does it to bring you down, man. He uses you to bring down the Israelite man. You see, you know how to use you, man. And that's all you being done with. That's all that's going on, is you being used in this society. And at the end of the day, you're going to catch it the worst from all these Israelites, man. This is why 2/3 of you, 2/3 of our people, a lot of y'all going to be women. All right. This is Ecclesiasticus 9:20. I mean, Salaki 9:20. I mean, 19 and 20. 22. 2. That got me confused right there. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away. He that cleaveth to harlots will become impudent. Exactly. Ecclesiasticus, matter of fact, not Ecclesiasticus, second Ezra's, what is, I mean, that's first Ezra's, I think 4. This is 26, 4 and 26, and it says, many be that have run of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women. You see, and a lot of our men have gone out the way, all right, just to sin for women, all right, to be servants to women, okay, which at the end of the day, it tells you that in Proverbs 31. Let me grab that real quick. Proverbs 31, and I think it's 3. 31 and 3, it says, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. You see, and you, by going out your way for a woman, all right, you're giving your strength onto a woman. And see, and because we are princes of power, we are kings, all right, that's destroying us. Us going out of the way for a woman. See, as much as men go out of the way for a woman, how many men do you really say go out the way for YAHAWAH'S? You know, vice versa for the women. You got women, all right, they'll go out their way to get a fat ass, get plastic surgery, all right, but they won't go out their way to fix their soul. See, they'll fix their bodies, but they won't go out of the way to fix their soul for YAHAWAH'S. You see how that plays out? All right, so our people, okay, put their foot in their own mouth every single time. All right, let me read that again. It says, First Ezra 4 and 26, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Okay, many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women. You see, have erred and sinned for women, man, and have perished for it, going out of their way for women. Matter of fact, another one that pops up in my head is Ecclesiasticus. I think there's something in 9. Ecclesiasticus 9, and yep. Dang, this is a juicy chapter 2. I'll read it from the top. It says, be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thyself. All right. 2, it says, give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. You see? And you know, going out of the way for a woman, Giving your strength onto a woman is like saying you giving up your soul to a woman. You see, a woman is just a woman. A woman come and go. In this society, see, in the kingdom, they're gonna be there to stay. They're gonna be in that righteous order. We're gonna be able to enjoy our women, man. You see, but you can't enjoy a woman over here, man. This is why we tell brothers to stay focused, and it's better for you to be alone. If the eye be single, the whole body be full of light. All right. When you keep yourself, it tells you in 1 Corinthians 7, it tells you that if you have a woman, be as if you have not a woman. You know, if you have a wife, be as like if you don't have a woman. Why? Because it keeps you focused. All right. If you don't have a woman, don't look for a woman. Why? Because you keep yourself focused. You know, when you are by yourself and keeping yourself focused, you tend to do what's right and please YAHAWAH'S. But when you got a woman, all right, you tend to go into the world and please her for what she cares about. You know, you worry about the cares of her, the cares of the world. So this is why you got to kind of be away from these women. But again, if you have a woman that's in line and knows that you got duties to do, hey, all praises to YAHAWAH'S for that, man. And that's very rare that you're gonna find a woman like that. So it says, meet not with a harlot. All right, meet not with a harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. All right, and man, these women are sneaky, deceitful, man. These women know how to play their roles to get what they want. A lot of these women be having men on the low and they'll act like they don't. Another reason why you can't trust no damn woman in this society, all right, because you really don't know who's really doing what. It says, meet not with a harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. It says, use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with her attempts. Gaze not at a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her. It says, give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thine inheritance. Look not round about thee in the streets of the city, neither wander though in the solitary places thereof. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. All right, because hey, you know, beauty is vain. All right. So you can't stumble upon a woman's beauty. A lot of these women, man, that's all witchcraft. The beauty that these women show, the makeup they put on it, that's not really what they look like, man. You know, they be looking all fly at one point because all the makeup and witchcraft that they put on their face. All right, but then when you go to sleep, you take them home, and then they wake up the next day, they looking like straight it. You know, when they wake up. So it says, turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman and look not upon another man's beauty. All right, which our men are like that, man. Our men are, they're weird. There's so many women out there and they always choose to look at another man's wife. Okay. It says, for many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith love is kindled as a fire. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her, so through thy desire thou fall into destruction. Another thing that our men do, you know, these women will go and sit with other men's wives, all right, behind their backs, okay, spending money on a woman, giving her this, giving her that. And a lot of y'all spend money on a woman and get nothing out of it, man, get no cheeks. All right, a woman just playing you out for the money, all right, to get what they want. All right, and maybe after, you know, if you spending thousands and thousands of dollars, she might give you a little something, and that shit'll be on some quick shit probably, and you be mad as hell. All right, when she come out with an excuse of why she can't deal with you and mess with you, you see. And it says, lest thine heart incline unto her. Yeah, because when you sit with another man's wife, all right, and you being disrespectful and wicked, all right, what happens is your heart incline onto her. You end up falling for this woman, man, and that's what causes adultery. And so through the desire thou fall into destruction. And it says, forsake not an old friend, for the new is not comparable to him. A new friend is as new wine. When it is old, thou shalt drink with pleasure. All right, let me see. I think that was the end of those. Yeah. Yeah, let's stop right there at 9. All right, so these are things that, again, give not thy soul to a woman. All right, give not thy soul to harlots, which at the end of the day, most of these women is harlots, man. This is why we got to get up out of here, and we need our women to be in righteous order. Oh, man, I did it again. I always do that. Let me see what else. Oh, good one. Ecclesiasticus 26:8. A drunken woman and a gathered abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. You see, and this is why you don't. What's that one scripture? I think is in the same spot. Ecclesiasticus 26. It says, "Give not much liberty." Might be in 25. Oh, is that it right there? Yeah, it's in 25. That's a juicy chapter. Both of these chapters is juicy. Oh, look, this is the scripture I was looking for before too. Came back out. Ecclesiasticus 25:18. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. Yeah, because it says Ecclesiasticus 25:17, talking about how the women are embarrassment. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face, and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. Yeah, because you sit there and you just be like, man, I can't believe I'm with this woman. It bug you out that you with this damn woman. Why? Because she on some wickedness right in front of you, disrespecting you, man. Let's bring a couple of these out, man. These are good. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. You see, this is how wicked a woman is, man. Matter of fact, Ecclesiastes 7 and so we're at the bottom. That's right. This is yeah, I'll read it all the way down. Ecclesiastes 7:26, and I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth Yahweh shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. And this is why a wicked man is given the portion of a wicked woman. You see, those that are wicked, man, you're gonna end up having one of them bugged out women that be yapping all the time, that don't shut up, that just constantly yell, cause hell in your home, getting police called on you. You even grab her just to put her in place, not even touching her in any type of way other than just grabbing her to calm her ass down and forget about it. You'll end up in jail talking about he put his hands on me, man. You see? And it says, behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counted one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I found not. One man among 1,000 have I found. All right. One man, okay, was found out of 1,000, but a woman among all those have I not found. You see how rare it is to find a true woman. All right. That's going to be about it, be your ride or die. All right. Is very rare, because out of 1,000 women, he found none. All right. And this is why you can't trust women in these days, man, as much as we want to, because a woman is our glory. And a woman, man, having a good woman is our other half. That's that balance that you have, that'll calm you down, chill, when you want to talk. There's certain things you could talk to a woman that you can't talk to a man, So, but we got to eat it on this side, man. And we pretty much got to wait for it in the kingdom, So it says Ecclesiastes 25:13, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. All right. Let me see. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. You see? that explains it itself. You rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked ass woman. You know, to live with a wicked woman, man, that's every day a headache and a half. And again, this is why men work late hours. They don't want to come home. All right. They tell you they're going to go play pool with their friends and they lying. Their ass is going to have a drink because they can't stand being at home with your ass. All right. They'll always try to find a way to not be home. All right. Leave your ass stuck. 25 and let's see. We just read that. I'll bring this one out. I think this was brought out earlier. Ecclesiastes 25:19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire not her pleasures. Salaki, desire her not for pleasure. It says a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudency, and much reproach. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress make weak hands and feeble knees. You see, when you don't come for your man, all right, you pretty much you destroying your husband, man. See, and this is why a lot of these men, okay, be on they be on that effeminate ass spirit because they woman done tore their ass apart. You see, which at the end of the day, our men have that emotional side of a woman. I don't know how, you see, because a woman shouldn't be able to break you down that low. All right, but believe it or not, these women are you know, Satan get on the men, and Satan know how to say certain shit that'll have you hurt. You know, I'm not the one to speak. I've been, you know, things have been said to me that have gotten to my head. Now I ain't about to be on some effeminate and be crying about it. All right, but there's certain things that have gotten me hot-headed, you know, being said to me, which is just a pure disrespect. All right, so a woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees, man. When you're not comforting your husband, man, your whole house is pretty much out of order, because that's another thing. In order for your household to be in order, all right, you men have to be in order with the Lord. All right. If you're in order with YAHAWAH'S, YAHAWAH'S is going to bring ease to you in your household. You know, your kids are going to be on point. Your woman is going to be on point. But when you out of order and you doing wickedly, man, you are allowing demons and all types of wicked spirits to come into your home, and you're bringing them with you. So your whole house is going to be out of order. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all died. The brother put that up before. This is the one I was looking for. 25 and 25, Ecclesiastes, to give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And a lot of men give women liberty. You should not give your woman liberty. Your woman should stay her ass home. She shouldn't be going out with friends. She shouldn't be going out drinking. All right? She shouldn't be going anywhere to have a good time. You letting her have a good time is opening the door for somebody else to come snatch your woman. And then when these women go out, they do drinking. When they drink, a woman is open. That's free game on a woman, man. All right? Why you think men love getting women drunk at the club? Because that's opening the doors for them to do whatever the hell they want. So by you letting them go out there and have liberty and go out to these clubs, these bars, all right, go out with their friends, which they're the worst thing you could do is let them go out with their friends, because their friend is always the ones that be in their ear telling them to have a good old time. Your woman might be the one that's righteous, but she got that wicked ass friend. All right, it's very rare that you're about to have a group of 4 women and all 4 of them are righteous. Very rare. All right, unless they women that are in the truth, and you know, women that are in the truth are supposed to stick with women in the truth. All right, but it doesn't ever really work out like that. Okay? So most of their friends are going to be wicked as hell, and they're going to be in their ear telling them to do something wicked. Why? Because they're wicked themselves. So if you're the one that's if you that fourth one that's not doing nothing and everybody else is doing wickedly, they just going to look at you like, girl, what you doing? You know, have some fun. You know, it's all an influence. And then it says, if she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. And we read that earlier. You see, if a woman is off, man, and you ain't feeling it, man, cut her ass off. Let her go. Give her a bill of divorce. Let her go on to the next. All right, and go drive somebody else nuts. It says, blessed is the man that has a virtuous wife, for his number of his days shall be doubled. You see, when a woman is virtuous, all right, you bring peace to a man. You know, there's that saying, be a man's peace, not a man's headache. So when you are peace with your man, all right, you bring peace to him, the number of his days are doubled. All right, everybody's life is doubled, you see. And it says, a virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and she shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord. See, when you fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and you're doing what's right, righteous, all right, you're going to both be blessed, man. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he had a good heart towards the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. There be three things that mine heart feareth, and for the fourth I was sore afraid, the slander of a city, and the gathering together of unruly multitude, of false accusation, and those that are worse than death, and all these are worse than death. But a grief of heart, and this is another thing, you women have a jealousy problem, man. This is why a lot of women will try to give you that excuse, oh, I ain't cool with girls, I ain't cool with, I don't have no girlfriends, I get along with boys, I get along with guys. You know, that's one of their biggest excuses. All right. Why? Because they're jealous of other women. You're not supposed to be jealous, man. It says, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. You see? And the moment we tell you see a man dealing with another woman, you're jealous. All right. All hell breaks loose. All right. If you even mention, fix your mouth to say another woman, women get jealous. All right. You even say anything, you know, just a random thing. Oh, I was at the store today and this woman saw me drop my wallet. She picked it up and said, here's your wallet. You dropped it. Oh, forget about it. Well, did you talk to her? Did you get her number? This is how bugged out women are, man, and how jealous they are over other women. But in the kingdom, y'all gonna be best friends. Ain't gonna be no such thing as jealousy. All right. Y'all gonna be all in order. You're gonna love all, you're gonna be good. What was that? Brothers always use the word, I can't remember what it is. But y'all gonna be y'all gonna be all sisters, man. Y'all gonna love each other. All right. And it says, a scourge of the tongue, which communicated withal. Let me read that again. But a grief of the heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue, which communicateth withal. All right. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro, and he that has hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. The worst thing you can do is have an evil wife, man. It says a drunken woman. All right, going back to what I was just saying before. This is why you don't let your woman get drunk. A drunken woman and a gatter abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. All right. And I think the brother had brought that out before. All right. So this is why you don't let a woman get drunk. Causes great anger. She will not cover her own shame. She has no shame in her game. She'll go just do whatever she wants. And then the excuses, I forgot what I did yesterday. You know, I don't even remember. All I remember was I was with my girl. She dropped me off all bent. Yeah. It says the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks, in her eyelids. Yeah, all that makeup that they put, them cat eyes they put on, these fake ass eyelashes. All right. All that shit is whoredom, man. That goes back to Egyptian customs, man. The Egyptian women used to do that. Paint their face and put the cat eyes. All right. They will put all types of crazy ass designs around their eyes with the makeup. See, which at the end of the day, all that makeup's made to destroy you, man, to destroy your skin. You see, that's why a lot of them that wear a lot of makeup, when they take off that makeup, all right, their face is all bumpy, their face is all over the place. Why? Because it's destroying your skin. It's getting in your pores. You sweating in that shit. It gets inside of you, clogs up your pores on top of that, you know. So that's all destruction to you. Even when you're doing these, getting these fake, asses, these, you want to get fake tits and fake lips and all that, man. That's all destruction to your body. Your body's your temple, so you're not supposed to be doing things like that to your body, man. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Yeah. If your daughter, all right, or even if your woman, all right, she be acting a certain way, you got to keep her straight, man. You gotta make sure you let her know what's good. Because if you give her that liberty, she's gonna abuse it. She's gonna continue to do, all right. The more liberty you give a woman, the more she abuses it. Remember, her job is to what? Usurp authority over a man. So she gonna do what? She's gonna abuse that power you're giving her, all right, and take it to the next hand. Take it to the next level. My mom always used to say, give somebody this, they want to take this. You see? And it's the truth. All right? They want to take more than what you're giving them. Sometimes you just being nice, you try to give somebody a little, because sometimes when you trap somebody too much, all right, when they do get an opportunity, they'll do some crazy shit. Why? Because they don't ever get to do certain things. They always trapped. So I used to always say, give some type of liberty, but you can't even do that, man. Because this world is so wicked that the moment you give that little bit of liberty, man, that's all it takes for something wicked to happen, and it'll put you in a bad predicament. It says, watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespasses against thee. Yeah, you're not supposed to marvel. Don't act surprised if your woman come and do some wicked shit behind your back. Don't act surprised if your woman done went out there and cheated on you. All right. If she acting a straight fool and you find out that she had an OnlyFans page the whole time while you've been working, she be making hella bread on the low. Everybody done seen your woman's box, ass cheeks, all that. Don't marvel at it, because you got to expect these things from a woman, man. All right. These women are on a whole nother page. They strung off of that Babylon juice. All right, and that's what we have. Our women, we live in Babylon, so we have Babylonian women. We have Babylonian kids, so you can't marvel when these things happen. You got to expect these things. 26:12, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he has found the fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. Talking about how these women are, they loose with it. All right. They love being harlots. They love going to the next guy, like you just seen in that video we was watching. All right. If she gets tired of the one, she can move on to the next. If she gets tired of him, go on to the next. You see, they think it's a whole game. All right. And this is why most of those women are loose as hell. All right. They're having all types of different men. All right. Opening them up more and more. Okay. By the time you look at it, they need a damn horse. Because they done ran through 100 niggas, all right, and talk about I just need something more. That's what happens. You need more and more the more you keep doing stupid shit like that. That's why you're supposed to be one man. Be happy with one man. One man can satisfy you for the rest of your life, man. See, having all that pleasure and all that, man, that's just you. How can I say it? When you having pleasure with a woman and vice versa with a man, it's all about how much you are deeply connected with that person. If you have a certain connection with them, you're not worried about sizes like they teach you in this society. You're not worried about how long you've been with him and that you might be bored of him. None of that matters. Why? Because you have a connection with your man, vice versa with the woman. You see? So when you have that connection, it's always going to be there. All right? You could be the smallest peanut on earth, all right? But if you have a connection with your woman and your woman has a connection with you, She's not worried about that. You're going to please your woman because she's in love with you. She has that connection with you, you know. But of course, in the society, with all the pornography they teach you, all right, they show you and all that. Because that's another thing. These people are just stuck on porn, man. A lot of these people are bugged out off of that shit. That's straight demons. And if anybody out there watching that shit, man, talking about it's all good to watch that, no, it's not, because that's straight demons, man. That shit actually, there was something they had on that, like a little an article that every time you watch that, it breaks a certain it does something to your brain where it messes up your sensors and shit like that. I forgot exactly how it went, but it messes up your sensors, and it pretty much it can mess you up in certain ways. It can mess you up to the point where you want more from looking at it, or to the point where it downgrades you and thinking that you're not good enough for a person. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man. You got to watch how you approach these things, man. These things are all witchcrafts and sorceries that have demons on them, man. All right, so these women, all right, they love being harlots, going to the next, jumping on to the next, thinking it's all good. By the time they a certain age, they box looking like a catcher's mitt, you know, one of them 5-year-old, 10-year-old catcher's mitts, they just loose as hell, you know. But continuing, it says the grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fat his bones. You see, the grace of a wife delighteth her husband. You know, her husband's going to be delighted in her. All right. Her discretion, all right, being discreet and all that, will fat his bones. Okay. It says, a silent and loving woman is a gift of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. A shamefast and faithful woman is a double grace. Brother had put that up before. And her continent mind cannot be valued. You see, a woman not going to be valued off of that, man. It says, as the sun, when it ariseth in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house. You see? So if you in a good order, your whole house going to be in order. Your wife is going to be in order, man. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a peaceful home. You ain't got to worry about drama in that home. You see, you could walk into a certain person's house and just be like, man, this house is all bugged out right here. The moment you walk in, you feel the presence of wickedness in there. This house goes to too much, you know, and then you be in the house and then something will happen. You know, they start arguing and shit. And then you stuck in the other room, like looking back and forth like, oh shit, I got to get out of here, you know. But let me see what else is there. This is 22. It says, and harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. You see, so you harlots, man, you counted as spit. All right. But a married woman, all right, a woman that's in order is a tower against death to her husband. You know, and then you got these women that just, oh, I could just be alone and do my thing. It tell you in the scriptures that women should marry, the younger women should marry. Let me grab that real quick. This is 1 Timothy 5:14, and it says, I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. You see? So that's really what you women should be doing, you know, being with one man, all right, getting married, bearing children, God in the house, all right, but you guys much rather have fun, all right, and most of y'all already washed up, so the best thing for you to do is, if you got your man, all right, whether he's in this truth or not, it tells you that in 1 Corinthians 7, whether he's in this truth or not, you got to you got to stick with him. You got to stick with him to all the way to the end. All right. Those that are following this truth, you got to stick it out with your man, whether he in the truth or not. All right. And if you decide to leave him, you got to stay by yourself. You can't go deal with another man. If anything, you could go back to that man. All right. That's why it says reconcile with your man. All right. That's the only thing you should be doing. But, all right, if you're a young woman, okay, you should be out there looking for one man to be with, because that's what's going to save you in these last days is a man. All right. And you should be out there and you should marry the man, bear children with him, and guide the house. All right. Which having kids in this time that we're in is kind of risky. All right. But if you in line with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you know, may Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai have mercy upon you and your whole household, you know, and you know, he will save your children. But in today's society, at the time that we're in right now, is hard for you to have children, man, because we have to go through certain situations. All right, a lot of people having newborns right now, and famine is about to be around the corner. You see, how you gonna be able to feed your children? Matter of fact, it tells you that in what is that? Matthew 24. All right, it says for the women that let me grab that real quick. Matthew 24 and woe to them that give child. Yep, right here. 19, it says, woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. You see? And this is talking about, you know, 70 AD, all right? But it can apply to today, all right? You got to watch, because we are coming into the time of destructions and famines and things like that, all right? As a matter of fact, these martial law troops going to come in and take your children, all right? They're going to dash your kids to the, you know, beat their heads into stones, like it says. These are things that we're literally going to have to go through, man. Salakia. But if you are with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man, doing righteously, you know, may he have, you know, mercy upon your household. All right. So a wicked woman, 26 to 23, Ecclesiasticus, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. A dishonest woman contemneth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. All right. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefast will fear the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. And a lot of these women are shameless, man, and they're counted as a dog. They don't care about what they're doing, man. They spewing their shame all over the place. Always sticking out their tongue like a dog and everything. It says, a woman that dishonoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all. Oh, Salakia, I read that wrong. A woman that honoreth, Salakia, I read the bottom part. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all, but she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. All right? It's self-explanatory. A loud crying woman and a scold shall be sought out to drive away the enemies. Let me see what else is in here, because that's pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much the point of what I had. Let's see what the brother had over here. And that's another thing. Matter of fact, before I forget, what is that? I think it was Revelations. Going back to what I had posted when I was showing earlier with these women teaching, man. You women want to be teaching, and there's no such thing as a prophetess. There's no such thing as a woman, okay, that what is that? There's no such thing as a woman teaching, man. Because, oh yeah, I did get it out. One second. Which one is it? 14. Oh yeah, it is 14. This is 14 and 4. I'll start from 3. And it says, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. All right. And it says, these are they which were not defiled with women, meaning philosophy, for they are virgins, meaning holy, pure. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men. You see, men. The tabernacle is with men. All right, not women, men. So that whole, and that's beautiful too, because it's 144. All right, that whole, women trying to teach, thinking that they're gonna be a prophet, that they're gonna be part of the 144. All right, that's I hate it. I hate it, because no woman is gonna be part of the 144, man. The 144,000 is 12,000 from each tribe, and they're all men. All right, now you women are gonna be that make it are gonna be of the 1/3. All right, the women, men, and children that are believers. All right, yeah, that's what you're gonna make. You ain't gonna make that 144. You see women posting up, 144, this and that. That has nothing to do with you, man. All right. Let me go back to what's the brother said here. That's right. Bring this out right here. Psalms 82:5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Yeah, because everything is without order. All right. A land without order, KJV. Job 10:22. And it says, a land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without any order. And where the light is as darkness. You see, this place has no order. And this is why this place needs to be the same way you got Esau trying to make this great reset. YAHAWAH'S about to make the great reset. You see, he about to reset all this back to the way it used to be. You see, this is why that this place got to go with nuclear fire, man, because that's the only way you could cleanse this land. All right. In order, America gonna be that altar, and the fire is gonna be the cleansing. That's the best way for you to get a cleanse. All right. So with that being, said, this place has to be done with ICBM missiles. Okay. What was I at? Oh, I was over here. Let's see what else you got. Damn, I didn't even realize I was talking that much. Oof. It's probably because I haven't done a video on women in such a while. All right. So I figured I'd let it all out. I used to talk about women all the time, but I just stopped doing that after a while. You start, bring out different scripts and all that. Salakia. Beautiful scriptures. Let me see what's this say. Oh yeah, I brought that out earlier. Why the brother be putting them down when I be forgetting what they are. Yep. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much the point, man. Like I said, I went long as hell on that one. But the point is that these women are an embarrassment to us, man. And at the end of the day, all right, we're all, this place is gonna be back in order, and our women gonna be back in order, and we're gonna finally be able to enjoy our women, man, the way we're supposed to, But as of now, these women are done. These women are way out of line, all right, and they're gonna learn the hard way. They're gonna learn what their true place was, and you're gonna learn what your true role was. You're gonna go back to playing that true role of you being that female servant. So Lord willing, we almost up out of here already. Lord willing, it is this year. Because the more we see this wickedness, the more we see women coming out of order, you know, the more we see Esau establishing his fucking new world order and his Skittles eating community, all right, all that, man, it just becomes vexing to the spirit. It becomes horrible to watch. You know, and something as simple as me watching, I went to watch that show because I watch a lot of different, you know, I'm a movie fanatic already. So I like to watch movies. So I seen something different. I was like, let me check this out. And because it had Megan Good in it, I was like, let me check it out. And trust me, that first episode was horrible. I was like, the first 3 minutes was horrible. I was like, man, feminism at its finest, man. And that's a reason why these women, all right, are acting the way they act, because that's been being pushed. It's been being pushed for a while now. All right, that feminism, and it's getting worse and worse. And our women is completely out of order off of that, man. But hey, they're gonna have to learn the hard way. So, you know, Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. The Water Brothers for the scriptures, the Water for tuning in. As always, so Yahawah Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Haloim, Yahawah Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that was listening in. Yahawah Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson is edifying. To the next one, Shalom, and may y'all continue to fight the good fight of faith. All right, and continue in the you know, pushing hard, man, because we almost up out of here. And the harder we push, the better, man, the faster we up out of here. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, hearing all our calls, hearing our prayers, man, hearing us continually crying out to him and complaining about this place. You know, sometimes it might feel like he ain't hearing it, but he is. All right, so, you know, Lord willing, it was edifying. With that being said, Shalom, and keep enduring as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai. Shalom.